Have you ever worried that you just may not be physically strong enough to throw a punch that's capable of knocking someone out? The truth is, if you're a little bit older, you're a little bit smaller, or you're just not that physically strong, you just might not have what it takes to throw that knockout punch. Well, the good news is that's fine, because in actual fact, knocking someone out can sometimes be more trouble than what it's worth. You don't need knockout power to protect yourself, and in this video we're going to show you some strikes that don't rely on brute strength but will still do the job, disorientate your attacker and create a window for you to escape safely. But first, why might knocking someone out actually be more trouble than what it's worth? Well, you imagine you hit someone with a fantastic punch, you knock them out, they fall to the ground, smash their head on the pavement and they die. Well, you're going to have a really hard time claiming self-defense in court, and you could have massive legal issues on your hands. In fact, most people I know that can fight, one of their biggest fears is actually exactly that. Hitting someone, they fall to the ground, smash their head on the ground, and they're dead. The goal of self-defense should be to escape and get home safely, not to win. And you don't have to knock anybody out to achieve that. All you need to do is strike to disorientate your attacker to buy you an opportunity to escape safely. And in this video, we're going to show you some strikes that you can use to achieve exactly that. So, first one, elbow strike. Somebody gets in your face, you don't feel comfortable throwing a punch to knock them out, absolutely fine. Probably way more powerful than that, because there's way much force and impact behind it, is using the elbow to strike instead. So literally all we're going to do is throw the elbow here like that. Another question that we get is what happens if you miss your first punch? Because people are worried that they ultimately take their shot, they miss it, and then they get battered afterwards. So if you're worried about that, with the elbow strike, what you can do is you can reach in first and then throw the elbow here. When I'm reaching in, what I'm not doing is coming across like that, because he could easily block it. So I'm just going to bring, as if I'm going to clinch him, just going to bring my hand here, straight up the side of his neck, rather than around. That could even be a strike as well. Straight up the side of his neck, grabbing the back of his head, and then bringing my elbow to meet his face. And I can throw a couple of those. That should be enough to disorientate the attacker, give me a chance to leave. Just on the other side, so you can see. So rather than coming around and grabbing the neck, I'm going to go straight through and smash the head. Another trick I learned with the elbow, we got this from a Kapap school in Bristol. I'll stick the link to the gym and the website so you can check it out. It's the only place I've ever seen teach it. It's really cool. It's what they call winging. So literally, rather than just throwing a standard elbow, if you really want to hurt someone and then get them the fuck out of your face, you throw the elbow and then straighten your arm afterwards. Practice it at home. So you are literally throwing the elbow and straightening your arm afterwards. They call it winging. So if I've thrown the elbow here, I'm not just coming back from that, I'm throwing it and I'm straightening my elbow afterwards. Next one, absolutely love this, headbutt. So if somebody's got in your face, now let's say I'm against a wall, somebody's got up in your face and I can't get distance, probably the best thing to do in this situation, bang. What I would genuinely do in that situation is a combination of the two. So if somebody started on me, I could combine the headbutts and the elbows. So straight in with the headbutt here, and then I can start elbowing, headbutt, elbowing, until they're weak and they're no longer a threat to me.
One of my best friends in Spain, originally from Argentina, Federico, he wasn't good at striking, he wasn't good grappling at all, but he was winning every single fight for 20 years of his life. He ended up being a very famous person. What he used to do is exactly what Ryan did. Just he used to look for this position himself, which is quite risky. Can get stuck, whatever, as we have ever seen in other videos. He get the diagonal in here, okay, and then boom, he was incredibly good. 20 years of his life winning fights like that. So just coming here, winning it, boom, and then bam, there, putting his body weight behind. Okay, as my good friend and one of the best instructors in Europe, Tommy John Moore, pointed out to me a while ago, pain tolerance, I mean, every human is different, depending the alcohol, drugs, the size of the person. But when we are talking about shaking the brain, moving the head, body, the tolerance of every human is nearly known, okay? So I'm gonna try, instead of looking for the knocked out, for the painful knocked out, I'm gonna try to look for disorientation, okay? I'm gonna use palms instead of punches, okay? And that's the palm we saw before, right? Against the nose, against the chins, against the teeth, trying to pinch the eyes, there, okay? But in this case, we are gonna add hitting the temple, trying to shake the head in different positions. Shake, like a cocktail, okay? There, ear, human equilibrium, above the ear, there, below the ear, back neck, remember that boxer ended up in a wheelchair, pam, pam, and then I'm gonna start combining different angles, and then again, like a cocktail. He's gonna be very dizzy and disorientated.
This palm push more than a palm strike, if you like, because you are pushing the head to shake it. Works really well in a clinching, grappling situation as well. So if we're in a grappling situation, just pushing the head, not giving him any chance to think about anything. Sorry, mate. Not giving him any chance to think about throwing if he tries to move, if he tries to wrestle me or whatever. Fine. Just keep shaking, keep pushing, keep shaking the head, keep shaking the head. What about, rather than using your knuckles, using your forearm here, both the inside and the outside. So think of it, with this inside shot, think of it almost like an overhand, where your target is the neck or the side of the face, but rather than using your knuckles, using this big meaty part here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw, it's like an overhand smash, straight into the side of the neck, into the back of the neck, or into the side of the face. Oh, sorry, I caught you quite bad there. Into the side of the face. That's one way of using it. Another way is you can use the back of it here, just as nice. If the guard's up, for example, you can use this and smash straight into the side. Smash, smash, smash. Like you can use a hammer fist if you like, but if you don't want to use your hand, you can use this. Really effective. Going to stun, going to disorientate. So hands come up, pull it down, and just smash, smash, smash. And you can combine that then with headbutts and whatever else you like.
Okay, guys, but what happens if your attacker is already charging on you? You are already in the back foot, okay? In boxing is great, I love that. When the boxers are in the back foot and then he's coming and bam, bam, oh, I love it when the boxers pull that out. But in real life, it's not that easy, right? So if Ryan is coming to me, I'm gonna play again with his neck and his collarbone. Collarbone is a very weak bone we have in the body. With my forearm, I'm putting my body weight behind. Not just impacting like he did, but just using it as a seal, as an offensive seal. So Ryan is coming to me, clack, there. Yeah. And again, we need to do it kind of slow, because if not, I'm gonna really hurt him, because it could be to the neck, and then pam, or palm, whatever, or clack, to the collarbone, and then we can do everything else we have seen.
Another cool thing we can do with this forearm shot, as Raul charges in, and we've got that initial strike here, we can come down low and bang into the nuts.
Very similar one, collapsing the elbow. Imagine, he can even punch in already, so he's punching and blocking there, and then I'm collapsing the elbow, and basically I'm just throwing my body weight with the spear point of my elbow. So he's throwing and he's like, and then I can keep going. We can do the things that we have been doing before, okay? One more time, slow motion, clack, pam, pam, pam. And again, in a very slow motion, and he's already in pain, which is our signature.
There is still room for punching, even if you don't feel capable of knocking someone out. We can just punch smarter. Even just a quick shot straight up into the face. Anything around this jawline here is going to cause the brain to shake, which is going to cause a temporary stun, temporary kind of distraction for you to escape. Just straight up there. Straight up here, into the nose, into the throat if you can. I mean, that's not always possible, getting a big object into the throat, but straight into the face, shock the head back. You could even bust their nose. They're going to have blood everywhere, and that could deter them, make them no longer think that you're an easy target. Now, I'm not a betting man, but I would bet everything that I have that we will get some comments in the video saying, oh, just run away, as if everything else is nonsense and the answer to self-defense is to run away from everything. This is a lie. We've done a video about why this is a lie and also some of the other self-defense lies that you may be believing. So if you want to check that out, please watch this next video. Thanks, everyone.